House of Pierre.
My name is Tala Pierre.
I'm Sharon Pierre.
We are here. We're moved in. So, yay. It's been like, what, 3 weeks since we've been in here?
It's been 3 weeks.
We are going to go through a bunch of stuff. Sorry again for not creating content. It's been wild. And this is now part 2 of our nightmare. Well, first I'm gonna start with this. This has nothing to do with like the home, but because we don't have any security gates, a weird guy, like 3 in the morning, went to our backyard and was like yelling and stuff. I told JP like, hey, there's someone yelling, and he's all, oh, that's just a neighbor. And I was thinking, why would the neighbor be yelling? And then like me and Peppermint, the kitty, went to the back, well, this area, and we looked in the sliding door and saw this weird guy, and then woke him up, and then we had to call the cops to...
You woke me up, not the weird guy.
Oh yeah. Well, the weird guy was awake, he was just standing there like, yeah, it was odd situation. Okay, so let's move on to...
Plumbing.
So, I noticed in our master bathroom that under the sink, it was pooling water, like water was pooling. And I thought it was just JP like going crazy in the shower because it's an open concept shower. So I thought it was like...
She thought I was going in the bathroom and coming out and just like flinging water everywhere. But that's not the case, obviously.
The part that's really messed up about this situation is we have to open the back up. So we got our great guy, Jorge, to look back there, remove the wooden planks in the back.
But first, what she's trying to say is that there was water pooling underneath, and it looked like it was coming from behind the wall or underneath the floor. So we knew it had to be the shower, the toilet bowl, or the sink.
So the door frame was getting all like soaked with water. It was bad. Jorge came and he took off the wood panel. He didn't have to cut it. Jorge removed it. And we didn't have to buy more wood planks or whatever that is, the siding. We thought it was the drain pipe, and it wasn't, because they replaced it with a whole new one, and the leak was still happening. So they were like, it needs to go higher. They opened up the back, and the valve was leaking, like somewhere, and they found it was the faucet. Yeah, the original plumber effed it up. Basically, we noticed there's 2 screws like on top of the faucet, and we called Kohler, and Kohler's like, well, you're missing, do you have this part, this part, and this part, and this part? We're like, actually, no, we don't have any of those parts when we removed it, right? It was like 6 parts. She
said, we're gonna send you just a whole set of parts that you need for your faucet.
That was great of Kohler. That's why you should buy from reputable companies. And we always wondered, why the heck is this faucet from Kohler like just spraying like a water hose? It's because the plumber, we gave him the box thinking he would know how to install it, and like screwed it up. You could wait for the parts and fix that, because we also had to buy the valve just in case it's the valve. Yeah, so if you don't trust, if your gut know that, man, this person is sloppy, something's wrong, don't be afraid to say something and speak up. You know, don't feel like you're like binded to it, because it's your money, it's your project, your home. Yeah, you just say something like, sorry, I'm kind of sound, I feel like a little bit about it, but like, don't let it just happen, because these are the guts of your home, plumbing, electrical, HVAC. Don't risk it. Say something, because at the end, it's like you're gonna double pay.
You might have to do extra work. You might have to deal with mold. You might have to deal with replacing parts of your wall, painting, spackling, all that stuff. It's gonna be a huge headache later on.
Especially they close it up, your walls are closed. Like,
right.
They have to reopen all that stuff, and then whatever the damage is, you gotta like fix.
You need to spend time away from work so you can do it. It's a headache.
It's a headache. We still don't know, and because this plumber put our main shower valve upside down.
Originally.
Yes. I'm nervous that that's leaking too. And the weird part is like when the team went down in the crawl space to look for leaks, obviously it's not there. So it's in between the slab and the drywall. The water is leaking through, so obviously it's not going to be in there. And if the same situation with the shower, then we'll never know. So we're planning on talking to Jorge and say, hey, can we check the shower valve too to make sure it's not leaking? Because we don't trust what's been happening at all.
And this was the third thing we thought it was. The first one they found out was a glass panel that separates the shower from the rest of the bathroom. Jorge went and just checked it. And as he's spraying the water into the corner, water came through it, like glass panel wasn't there.
Yeah. That
So-
was some person
so-
that we hired, like some company.
It was a different company, but we thought it was that. And we were hoping like, oh, that's the problem. But
Yeah.
that wasn't the problem. There was the problem with the toilet bowl too.
Oh God. Yes, in the beginning, before we moved in, the toilet was actually already leaking.
And moving.
Like, why? We haven't even moved in yet, and we just used the toilet like second time, and it's already leaking. Are you kidding me? Come on. Yeah. So trust your gut. If you don't trust these, subcontractors, don't let them keep going, because you don't know what else they messed up.
Right. Better to nip it in the bud rather than let them go and mess up everything else in your house. Okay. So we are now in our final inspections. I scheduled the firefighters to come do the fire inspection. So there's 5 inspections: electrical, plumbing, mechanical, building, and fire. There's 5 final inspections. There's not one. We were told there was 1 final inspection. There isn't. There's 5 final inspections. The fire marshal came in to look at our smoke detectors and our CO2 detectors, which are 1 because we actually have a smart one. Their checking is actually activated, that they're all activated in the network. So that's what they were checking for that 1.
It scared the cats.
It did scare the cats
And
because
myself.
they just
It's
pushed the button because they're not concerned about cats. They're just concerned about verifying. We have a tankless water heater. So that was NA because if we had one, they wanted to make sure that it's braced against the wall and make sure that the pilot is good. And the final thing they wanted to look at was our sprinklers. But we don't have sprinklers. And we were told we didn't need sprinklers.
We were told we didn't need sprinklers. First plan was a lot bigger than this house. It was a 4-bedroom, and
Because we knew that. The original code didn't require it. Our house was approved right at the beginning of a new code change. And during that time, they kicked it back to us and said, hey, so thank you for submitting this, but now you're gonna need to make some changes to your design. You need to put sprinklers in there, you can't have gas, yada, yada, yada.
oh, you're talking about the original plan.
The original plan.
Okay.
So we took that and said, okay, no, we don't want that.
So
let's
what do we
go-
have to do? What do we have to do to not have that?
Right, we asked them, what do we have to do to not have that?
To keep gas and no sprinklers.
So they said you have to change it from a new build to a remodel. And a remodel means that you have to keep 51% of the walls, and you have to make sure that your entire gross square footage is below 3,600 square feet. So we had to do that. We actually paid someone to redesign
Yeah.
our original architecture plan.
And they knew that we didn't want sprinklers.
Right.
So we went to the city of San Jose, like, there's no way because we're not exceeding 3,600 square feet. And we're like, we went back on our original plan, so the house is like,
I read the code.
moved everything.
We were within code. We went back to them and said, there must be a mistake because we're in code. Look, I got the documentation, showed them. And
yeah, then they sent us upstairs to the fire, I guess the main fire department for like home renovations and builds and stuff like this. And then they said, first he goes, Andrew's great, but first he goes, let me hear your side of the story first before I tell you the bad news.
And then he told us, he said, oh, well, remember when you went and you had 12-foot walls? We invalidated that in 51% because you had 12-foot walls. So really it's a new build, not a remodel.
Wait, if it's a new build, then how come we have gas?
According to them. Because apparently different parts of the organization will apply different measures to their code.
Whatever, I'm so confused. But anyway, someone was told in April 2025 or 2024, they were told that we needed sprinklers, and we were never informed that, obviously, right? This home was built with no sprinklers. We were never told that, hey, we gotta, start the sprinklers before we put the walls in.
So there you go.
So now,
We need sprinklers.
We need sprinklers, and that's a pain, right? Because they gotta, he told us that they just have to cut one wall or one part of the wall, and then everything else will be like, the pipes will be in the attic space, and they
For the
gotta,
most part, in in our great room here,
Yeah, this room.
we're gonna have to go cut through the ceiling wall because there's really no space in the attic to actually run it. So
I don't know what's gonna happen, but they told us as long as you're working towards like fixing and resolving it, you partially pass, but
Yeah.
they can't fully pass us.
but Andrew is great. He said that he's going to work with us to try to make it happen. Bad news is that we have to do it. Good news is that they're working with us to make it
Yeah.
happen within a reasonable time frame.
He's giving us like advice, like, you know, is your water pipe thicker? Or just like, and also it has to be 60, something about the pressure.
60 psi.
So let's like, you know, there's no rush apparently. I thought we have to like do it at a certain time or else it's.
Well, immediately. We thought everything had to be done immediately,
Yeah.
but we.
I guess if you're selling the house, that's a big deal. But this is our forever home. We're gonna live in here forever. So then, well, until we're dead. But our
And then we're
daughter's
living
not
here after they're completely haunting it.
We don't even know if we're gonna pass all the other inspections.
I know that we're not going to pass the other inspection. I'm already assuming we're not. But all that
Yeah, we
means is
don't-
that we're gonna have a list of things to do.
Yeah, we don't have heater or AC. We don't have any of that yet. Because we don't know if we're allowed to put it where, you know, where the people put it. They put it out here by the fence and we're hearing that it has to be 5 feet.
And it's going to be really close. So I don't think it's
Yeah.
going to pass, but we'll see.
That's more money to do the pipe to probably the middle of the house or something. But, you know, we wish we were told that it was not going to work.
There.
The walls were down, then we could have, but it was easier to put the sprinklers up. But then that plumber, that sketchy plumber, if he did put sprinklers up here, would we have trusted that there's no leaks?
It's actually probably best for their best.
Yeah.
Because we would have had the entire house would probably be leaking.
So hopefully we don't find any more leaks. I think the other thing we didn't mention is the fireplace. Fireplace didn't work when they first came to install it because, you know, the main, what is that thing called? The main like igniter, whatever it is.
Oh, the brains of the motherboard, basically, of the system.
Was damaged probably during construction. So they came by and replaced it. So now we have a fireplace.
Beautiful.
It's so pretty. We're just we're a little bit picky, so we want more of the fake wood pieces, and
The drift.
they still have to install the back interior.
The liner.
whatever. We also got shades. JP wanted Lutron shades, so they're so freaking cool.
They're nice.
We couldn't afford all of them yet, but you know, have some in bedrooms. Obviously, you need that, and then obviously in the front because it's the biggest window, and we're just like an aquarium. People staring at us. You could just have.
Literally, people stare.
Yeah, yeah. My neighbors could see if I'm vacuuming or something. It's just crazy. So we had to put blinds there. Yeah, stay tuned. Please like, subscribe,
And hit that bell.
and talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.